Hello and welcome to today's Onepoint session. My name is Nikki and I work in Onepoint office based in Pune, India. In this series of fortnightly sessions, today we are going to talk about a very interesting and relevant topic, that is digital wellness. Before that, I would like to give you a brief overview of the Onepoint project that started in May 2020 in the middle of pandemic, where we had the lockdown and we were living in uncertain times with a lot of challenges and a very fast changing world. Several of us who work at Onepoint actually practice meditation on a regular basis. And the meditation we practice is called Raj Yoga, the yoga of the mind. This practice focuses on calming the mind, it focuses on developing a positive mindset and creating a peaceful atmosphere around us. So we felt that it may be a good idea to share some of these thoughts and practices with a wider audience, our colleagues, our clients, our partners. So that was the start of the project. And so far, we have had about 150 international guest speakers who are basically experienced resource persons from different professional and cultural backgrounds. And they share their thoughts on a particular topic, then gradually leading us into a guided meditation. So today we have Bala Kishore from Hyderabad, India joining us. Welcome, Bala. Balakishore is a better thinking coach, currently working as Vice President Better Living at Sears Technologies. As a digital wellness expert, Bala designed India's first digital wellness course for undergraduate engineering students, adopted by Anna University in Tamil Nadu. Bala is co-author of 2 books. He did his master's in computer science and has done his management degree from Manchester Business School in UK as a British Chevening scholar. He has a diploma in Vedic sciences. He is also a certified leadership coach and has been practicing Raj Yoga meditation as taught by the Brahma Kumaris for the past 30 years. So all of this would give an idea about him, his love for learning and sharing with all of us. He's also the founder of Spirit Summit, wellness conferences, and spirituality in IT retreats. Moving on to today's topic, while technology has made our lives easier, but there are also multiple issues that are being created by the overuse of digital technologies. And Bala is going to guide us through the digital wellness, or I would say digital detoxification techniques that can help prevent these ill effects. So over to you, Bala.
Thank you, Nikki. Thanks for inviting me for these Onepoint sessions. So let's start with a minute of relaxation. Sit straight, have your back well supported. Don't fold your arms, don't fold your legs. You can close your eyes if you feel comfortable that way. And take a deep breath. Breathe deeply and slowly. As you breathe in, observe the muscles of your stomach expand. As you breathe out, observe the muscles of your stomach contract. Breathe slowly and deeply. Let go of any tension in any part of your body and relax yourself. Gently rub your palms and wipe your eyes. Gently open your eyes. Very good. So let me share my screen. So while we discuss about digital wellness, I encourage you to Ask yourself these two questions. Who is the master, you or your mobile? You don't have to answer me. Just keep these two questions at the back of your mind. So we started with that 1 minute relaxation. Let me ask you two simple questions. How many digital calories do you consume on a daily basis? Physical calories we all know, but digital calories, have you thought about them? And do you know what is happening to your brain, mind, and body due to overconsumption of these digital calories? And do you know that almost all of us are digitally overweight and some of us are even digitally obese? In today's session, we are going to talk about the impact of this high calorie digital diet, and we are also going to discuss some simple yet powerful low calorie digital detox techniques. Why are we having this session today? Because digital calories distract your mind and weaken your brain. What is the impact of these digital calories on our brain and thinking? Can you just experience the surface on which you are seated? Just feel the touch. How warm or cold it is, how hard or soft the surface on which you are seated. Yes, you're able to experience the touch. You must be sitting there for the last few minutes or maybe even an hour. But as soon as I asked you to pay attention to that experience of touch, it became your experience. That sensory input got actually processed by the brain, and that is when it became your experience. That's why we say brain is a fantastic filter and attention is its gate. Whatever sensation we pay attention to, that is what gets processed by the brain, and whatever gets processed by the brain becomes our experience. So, wherever my attention goes, energy flows. And wherever energy flows, life grows, whether positive or negative. Each one of us is a product of our attention, whether we know it or not. If you are focused on performing a task, maybe developing an algorithm, maybe developing a report, or maybe writing a document, when you're fully engrossed and totally focused in your task, if you receive a phone call, you attend the phone call and you come back to the previous task, will you be able to get back your focus immediately or will it take some time? And it's our experience that it takes some time for us to get back to that complete focus that we had before we took the call. The reason is every time you switch your attention, a portion of mental energy is used up by the brain in performing this attentional switch. And that is called brain's switching penalty. Every time you switch your attention in the livelong day, a portion of your mental energy gets spent in repaying that switching penalty. Now ask yourself, how many times during the day you unnecessarily switch your attention and unnecessarily waste a lot of your mental energy in repaying the brain switching penalty. Now, why is this problematic? Suppose, say, you want to boil some rice. You put the rice in the cooker, add water, put the lid, switch on the gas stove. Every time you get a notification, switch off the gas stove. That is, switch off the flame, attend to the notification, come back and switch on the flame. Will it take longer or shorter for the cooking to get completed? It will definitely take longer, because for the cooking to get completed, the flame should be continuous. Attention is that flame that is helping us accomplish things in our life. Every time we get distracted, we are switching off that flame. That is why you must have observed from the time you started using your mobile phone, both your efficiency and effectiveness must have come down. This is the reason, because constantly distracting mobile phone wastes a lot of my mental energy in performing unnecessary switches, attentional switches, and waste my energy in repaying brain switching penalties so many times. And this also impacts our work. Remember this equation. High quality work produced is a product of time spent and intensity of focus. If I spend 8 hours in front of my desk but with only 25% focus, then effectively, in spite of spending 8 hours, I will only be able to get 2 hours worth of work done because I am only 25% focused. So just by doubling your focus, you need not even double the amount of time you are spending in front of your desk. But when you double your focus, double the amount of work gets done. That is how important attention is. And give this challenge to yourself. 3 to 4 hours a day, 5 days a week of uninterrupted and carefully directed concentration. Both the things are important. Uninterrupted and carefully directed concentration, it turns out, can produce a lot of valuable output. Try this. And what is the impact of this constant digital distraction on our mind and brain? Let me demonstrate using a simple glass. Okay, this is a tumbler or a glass. So if I keep shaking this tumbler, I won't be able to use it, because whatever liquid I pour inside this tumbler, it's going to spill out. And this tumbler will be of no use at all. For me to use this tumbler, it needs to be stable. In this metaphor, if this tumbler is my brain and the liquid is the skill or information that I'm trying to learn, then this hand is my mind. Every time I distract my mind, I am also destabilizing my brain, and I am not able to use it to the fullest possible extent. So the principle to remember is stabilize your mind to utilize your brain. And this is the simplest definition of meditation. Mobile destabilizes your mind through constant distraction, and meditation helps stabilize your mind so that you can utilize your brain. Spending at least 10 to 15 minutes of your time on a daily basis meditating not only stabilizes your mind, but also improves your decision making capability and also helps improve your brain health. And remember, a constantly stimulated brain is a weak and stressed brain. The more you stimulate your brain on a continuous basis, the more exhausted you will feel. And this distraction is also causing slow destruction. Take this example. In 2023, there was a very big train accident in eastern India. And one of the main reasons that the analysis found out was both the driver and assistant were watching cricket on their mobiles, and they did not see the train that was in front of them. And both trains got rammed into each other, and more than 250 people died. this is the cost of distraction. So a simple suggestion to all of you, try to create a distraction-free environment all around you. No unnecessary sounds, no mobile chirpings. Keep the mobile in silence mode, screen down whenever you're working and whenever you want to have your focus uninterrupted. And I'm going to share another very important property of the brain, which is also causing a lot of trouble because of these digital distractions. And this property of the brain is called neuroplasticity. Plasticity comes from the Greek word called plastikos. That means that which is flexible, that which can be molded. Neuroplasticity means that ability of the brain by which brain can be molded in response to our actions. So just watch this. What you're seeing on my screen is a slice of the brain with neurons before learning something. Okay. After you learn, the same slice of the brain, that is how it transforms. There are more neurons and there are more neural connections or connections between neurons. This is how the same slice of the brain got transformed when you repeatedly paid attention. So this happened because of this property of the brain called neuroplasticity. So every time I pay attention to something and repeat the task, the corresponding neural circuits are formed inside the brain. So whenever I'm learning something new, I can say I learned something only when the corresponding neural circuits have formed inside the brain. So the more I repeat a task, the stronger the neural circuits. And stronger the neural circuits, the longer I will remember and the easier the task becomes. So the principle is whatever I repeat, brain makes that task become easier and easier. This is how we learn our habits, and this is also the property that helps make us become addicted. And some interesting insights. Ask your brain to worry and it becomes better at worrying because your worry circuits become stronger and stronger. Ask your brain to concentrate and it becomes better at concentrating thanks to neuroplasticity. And brain is value neutral. Whatever you repeat, it will make it easier. That's why I call brain as a wonderful tathastu machine. Tathastu is a Sanskrit word. It means so be it. This is how elders bless younger ones in India whenever we touch their feet or whenever we bow to them. This is how they bless the younger ones, saying tathastu. Whatever good thoughts you are making, let them be realized. And we don't realize that our brain itself is such a wonderful tathastu machine. Because whatever you repeat, it makes it easier thanks to neuroplasticity. And it is this neuroplasticity that is also making us get addicted. Internet addiction is a recognized psychiatric disorder. All over the world, we have tens of thousands of internet de-addiction clinics. Even in India, in all major towns and cities, we have internet de-addiction clinics. Now, the addiction has reached such levels that you can meet South Korean teenagers who wear diapers so that they don't have to take a break while playing their games. And this is a teenager, American teenager, who was spending 15 to 16 hours online surfing, watching porn and surfing social media. And his parents had to put him into an internet de-addiction center. That's what you are seeing in the background. It's practically in the middle of a jungle without any Wi-Fi, without any digital gadgets. Because that is how this neuroplasticity changes a person's brain and makes that person get addicted to these mobile gadgets. And when we are kids, this neuroplasticity is highly powerful. That means the number of times we need to repeat a task is far less for us to learn a task compared with as we grow up. So this kid is an 18-month-old kid from Indonesia, and his father taught him smoking at that age. Thanks to neuroplasticity, in less than 2 months, the kid started smoking 40 cigarettes a day. And the government had to intervene and take the kid away and put him in a de-addiction clinic so that he can grow up as a normal kid. So that is why when I see parents, unsuspecting, ignorant parents, give their mobile phone to their kids so that they can attend a meeting peacefully, I feel very bad, because both accessibility and affordability of mobile phones has increased digital addiction, especially among kids, because kids' brain is highly plastic. They need to play with their mobile just a few times for them to get addicted. And this is the result of this mobile addiction. 13-year-old mobile addict, she plotted to kill her mom because mom was taking away her phone. And teenage son, he killed his father because father was not allowing the kid to play PUBG. This is in the Indian state of Karnataka. And fed up over wife's Instagram reels addiction, man dies by suicide. This is what addiction is leading us to. And remember, digital gadgets by nature, by design, are addictive. And mobiles impact exact same areas of the brain as drugs like cocaine and heroin. Yes, let that sink in. Mobiles impact exact same areas of the brain as drugs like cocaine and heroin. And that is why among kids, you must have seen in your own family or in your friends or community, when you take the mobile away from the kid, they refuse to eat, they become violent, they throw tantrums. These are classic mobile withdrawal symptoms, just like drug withdrawal symptoms. And today, scientists are calling social media as electronic cocaine because it is equally addictive. And without our knowledge, we tend to get confused between relaxation and stimulation. That is why when you're feeling bored, when you're standing in the queue at a grocery store, or when you're waiting for your turn at your, when you go to meet your GP, immediately the first thing that you would do is pull out the mobile, thinking that you will relax for a few minutes. And if you had a long meeting for a couple of hours and you want to relax, you will again pull up your mobile. But that is not relaxation. What you're doing to your brain is you are stimulating it even further, because relaxation means think less, think slow. And stimulation means think different. That is why you want to relax, you pull out your mobile, you start surfing Facebook. And if you end up surfing because of the addictive nature of Facebook for more than 2 hours, and you feel completely exhausted. So instead of relaxing, you feel exhausted. That is what happens even when you binge watch. You want to relax, but you end up getting frustrated and empty inside, because stimulation weakens your brain and it reduces your energy. Wherever there is a screen, irrespective of the size of the screen, it is stimulation. When you talk about relaxation, relaxation is about playing with kids, moving closer to the nature, getting back to your hobby, where you are going to engage your senses rather than sit in front of a screen. So wherever there is a screen, remember it is stimulation. Even if you watch relaxation videos for a couple of hours on YouTube, you will still get exhausted. You will not get relaxed. Because by watching all this content on the screen, what you're doing is you're stimulating your brain. You are not relaxing it. So please understand this difference. Wherever there is a screen, it is stimulation. It is not relaxation. Now, I just gave you a glimpse about how these digital distractions, digital gadgets are impacting our mind, our brain, our productivity, and even our relationships and our kids. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you a few ways to detoxify. Toxify comes from the word toxic. Toxic means poisonous. These digital devices have become poisonous for our mind, brain, body, and relationships. That is why we are talking about digital detox techniques. I would encourage all those who are watching this to switch to this mobile. Set aside your smartphone, take this mobile to your office so that if anyone needs you, they will either message or they will call you. No, there are no constant notifications. There are no constant distractions from social media pings. You can switch off all your notifications because notifications are chief wreckers of our attention. Do not put your mobile near your head when you sleep. Very dangerous. That radiation impacts your sleep, and a lack of sleep has many more negative physiological impacts on your mind and body. Have screen-free breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Don't use any screens. Encourage your family members also to have screen-free breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Avoid using mobile for all non-essential activities because it's highly addictive, as you have seen. Once a week, do mobile fasting as a family for one full day. Yes, try this. In the first couple of hours, almost all of you will go mad. That's okay. But you persist, then you will enjoy the time with each other, with your family, by keeping your mobiles aside. Uninstall all social media apps. You don't need any of them. They're absolute waste of time and energy. And if you can't, use a really long password and uncheck the keep me logged in box so that you are forced to log in each time you want to check your social media on your mobile. Have this long password. I will not use Facebook for more than 10 minutes with a few special characters thrown in. The reason is the urge to check social media is at its highest in the first 20 seconds. By the time you type this long password correctly in 3 or 4 attempts, that urge to check social media will dissipate and you will move on to something more productive. This is how, as a digital wellness coach, I helped many people overcome their social media addiction. No late night binge watching. Be merciless with your mobile. Do not show any mercy towards your mobile. Because the more you become merciful towards your mobile, the more you're going to get addicted. And if this short presentation impressed you, inspired you, then please visit this website, digitalwellness.in. You can watch an extended version of this talk. You can download this slide deck. And once you learn these basics, you can also become a digital wellness ambassador in your own family, in your own community, and in your own society. And as a counselor and a coach, and as a meditator, I've placed quite a bit of content on my personal website. You might even want to visit that. Good. That's all I had for you today on digital wellness. Now let's end this session with a few minutes of reflection, a few minutes of meditation. Sit straight. Have your back well supported. Don't fold your arms, don't fold your legs. You can close your eyes if you feel comfortable that way. And take a deep breath. Breathe deeply and slowly. As you breathe in, observe the muscles of your stomach expand. As you breathe out, observe the muscles of your stomach contract. Breathe slowly and deeply. Even if your mind goes elsewhere, acknowledge the thought, ignore it, and gently bring your attention back to your breathing. Continue to breathe slowly and deeply. Let go of any tension in any part of your body and relax yourself. As you relax, gently reflect on today's session. Try to recall 3 key takeaways for you from today's conversation. 3 key takeaways for you. As you continue to breathe slowly and deeply, gently make this thought. I am the master of my mind. I am the master of my mobile. Think of a positive change that you can make starting today with respect to your mobile usage. One positive change. Reinforce it. I am the master of my mind. I am the master of my mobile. I can implement this positive change, which will help me reduce my digital time. I am the master of my mind. I am the master of my mobile. And I have the capability to experience digital silence, at least for a couple of hours on a daily basis. Because I am the master of my mind and I am the master of my mobile. Gently rub your palms and wipe your eyes. Gently open your eyes. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, Bala, for sharing your inputs. It made me realize that what we consider as normal is actually so damaging. We're so used to using our mobile phones. The moment we find ourselves free of not doing anything, the go-to thing is mobile. I'm grateful to you for bringing our attention to prioritize our well-being, actually digital well-being. And thank you everyone for joining us today. You may make use of the recordings that are available on the 1.1ness YouTube channel. There are a variety of topics which you can share it with your friends also. So see you next time. Till then, remember to balance your screen time with offline activities. Stay mindful of your digital habits. Stay healthy and stay digitally well. Thank you so much for joining us.
Namaste.